It's Weather Impact Live. I'm meteorologist Robert Speta. Hey, there's meteorologist Lee Southwick.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I decided to take a vacation, but I'm back now.
Just taking a vacation.
Leaving you guys hanging. Hey, you brought all the rain. Good job.
That was it. That was it.
That was a lot of rain. I was getting the alerts while I was gone.
Yeah?
Let's probably get back to work.
It was a solid, we had a flood advisories in southeast Georgia. Some spots got upwards of nearly 8 inches earlier this week.
Wow.
Much needed rain, as we all know.
Yes.
But we're back to Weather Impact Live. I got to be able to whip this graphic back out here. Weather Watchers Worldwide. We're not going super world on this, but...
I mean, yeah, because everyone knows, we call all of our stream shows now Weather Impact Live, but the ones that we like to do during the first half of the day, we usually will look beyond the local forecast. So that's why it used to be called Weather Watchers Worldwide. And can we strike your pose? Yeah, there you go. We're back.
In today's, we are going to look a little bit outside. We're going to, of course, talk about the First Coast, the Southeast here. Generally, the start of the rainy season coming up pretty soon, and those muggier, kind of humid conditions. We need the rain.
We do need the rain.
And Lee's favorite segment, I'm going to return for today. Like, no, don't put it on me. Put it on her. She's got the face. She's like, it is slop versus real, the AI slop.
Where I get embarrassed because I guess I'm ancient and can't tell the difference a lot of times.
Hey,
slop versus real.
To be fair, I think Ross did worse than you last time I did this with him.
You're right, he did, and I must remember that and not let anyone else forget that too. I'm not the worst always.
And I do make it kind of tricky. And today's are going to be a little bit, a little difficult. Real quick, so you just know here in like 15, 20 minutes, we'll get to it. In today's day where AI is becoming much more prevalent and images are very hard to tell, are they real or are they fake? We test our meteorologist here at First Coast News on occasion, just letting you know, hey, is this real or fake? And see if we can get it as well.
Yeah, this isn't just the obvious AI.
Oh, yeah.
I
try to make it tricky.
I promise it's tricky. So stick around. You'll see how tricky it is.
Well, that storm system that did impact us here on the First Coast, you're talking about all that rain, it is racing off towards northeast. And, this is kind of interestingly, and I would like to hear your thoughts. Like, I think if you had an aggressive NHC that was like, yeah, let's name everything. This isn't too far away from maybe extra tropical.
I would say maybe extra.
I mean, it's not a tropical storm by any means. But, if you had one of those, like, just aggressive forecasters on watch, we're like, yeah, let's go.
What do we have any wind reports or anything like that?
I haven't really checked up there.
But just by the looks of it, it looks like it's possible. Of course, you got to check all the
the pressure,
characteristics of it, the wind. That's how we get our categories off of hurricanes, based off of wind.
And it could be like a subtropical, but the reality is it's just too cool. A lot of shear in there. But I'm sure it is pretty nasty weather extending from like New England out towards Nova Scotia today.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on places like Boston. Look at that. Looks like a nice heavy rain about to move in or currently moving in. There you go. Steady, pretty significant rainfall for them up and down the East Coast.
Well, speaking of East Coast, we'll come back down to the First Coast because clearing out nicely on our neck of the woods today. 87 for the high. The humidity setting back in. Well, this is less humid, but I think it's muggy. All right. Sunrise, 6:33. Sunsets at 8:14. Tomorrow, we're a little bit cooler, still warm and sunny. You know what's going on tomorrow? Falcon 9 launch.
Ooh, nice.
Lee and I occasionally go down. Well, Lee was out there at the Artemis launch, of course, but we occasionally go down for the Falcon 9s as well. I might, if I get off of work tomorrow around 1, it really depends on the level of my motivation. Usually at that point, I'm tired and I don't want to go anywhere.
Well, when you wake up at 2 a.m.
Yeah. It's like, just suck it up,
a little tired. But okay, so 6:05 p.m.
6:05 p.m. Falcon 9 taking off from Kennedy Space Center. The classic, I say classic, it's still a pretty cool rocket. Every rocket launches. It almost feels routine, but every rocket launches, it is still an event, in my opinion.
How cool that we live in a day and age where there are just rockets going off in our backyard so often.
Right?
It's a cool scientific thing that's happening.
You know what's going on Sunday or Monday. I have to double check it. Or maybe it's Tuesday. One of those days.
point.
The Starship's going to get launched as well out of Starbase, Texas.
Ooh.
And they're actually going to try to put it in orbit,
Okay.
which they really need to.
Could
Goes-
stream that maybe. We'll have to look into that.
Well, it goes back to what you were talking about with we were talking about. You went down for Artemis 2. Artemis 3, when it does go up, needs to have like a Starship go with it that takes the lunar lander with it, and they're going to test in rendezvous in space. And right now, the Starship is not functioning operationally, and there is no lunar lander to really speak of. So,
Oh.
good luck, NASA.
What was the one that was going to... There's one that was going to launch in June, and they just announced that they're pushing it back. Okay, I will look into that too.
That might be the Blue Origin's
There
lunar
was
lander.
one to do with... Okay, maybe that one. But yeah, but that's... this is difficult.
It's
This
space.
is rocket science.
Yeah.
Like, this
Oh, yeah.
is difficult.
One of my favorite expressions is "space is hard." That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
That's
Space
all
is
you need
hard.
to say.
This- well, that's for Friday. So tomorrow, if you want to check out that launch, at least the weather's going to be good if you want to see the Falcon 9 go up. Saturday, 88 degrees. You know what's going on Saturday, too?
Dancing in the streets.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is that
In,
an event,
Neptune
or is
and-
that just a thing you're hanging out?
Oh my god. It's a big event at the Beaches Town Center. So
Oh!
Neptune, Atlantic Beach. They do dancing in the streets. Tim Deegan used to talk about it often. He's loved it for a long time. So just one of those festivals.
Are you going to
that
go
are
to
hap-
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
You're
might
like,
too.
it's just a Saturday. I'm going to be dancing.
Just gonna get off
outside in the
work and-
road. What road? You find out.
Someone's gonna call the cops on me because I'm a crazy woman dancing in the street.
I was going to say the Iron Man.
That's a little bit bigger. Okay, that's fair.
Both are their own right. Both you probably going to break a sweat. These guys maybe a little bit more. 2.4 mile swim up the St. Johns River.
That's gonna be crazy to see.
Right in downtown where there is kind of a current as well. No, not a kind of. There's a pretty swift current right through downtown. They're, of course, shutting it all down. They're going to have, emergency officials out there and everything, just keeping an eye on everybody. But it is going to be pretty wild to see, like, a lot of people swimming the river right through downtown Jacksonville. I mean, I've never seen somebody swim in the river in downtown Jacksonville.
And I know our own Riley Phillips was doing investigative reports on it, checking the water quality, making sure it's safe, talking to the St. Johns River keeper. So, but obviously all things have been approved, good to go. I know there's one specific side that they are swimming on, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but they need to stay on that side due to currents and water quality. So.
Oh.
They'll know. The swimmers know.
The side of the that's disturbing that one side of the river is safe to swim in and the other side is like
Yeah.
that one you don't want to drink the water over there like 50 feet in that
okay,
direction.
please don't drink any of the water in the St. John's.
That's true. That's true.
But it's a really cool thing to come here.
Oh,
Like,
it's super cool. We got so many people in town. And then they're going to be riding, they're going to be riding like hundreds of miles. Super cool. I run a 5K on occasion, and that's hard.
That's really cool. Yeah, that's
And these people, actually, every weekend I run a 5K at one of our local parks here, or I try to every weekend. And one of the people that always runs with us is somebody who has been training for the Ironman.
oh my gosh,
And
and they just go for them a stroll,
Oh,
5K.
Vlad, if you were watching, this guy is a beast. He runs the 5K in like 22 minutes. But like on top of that, he's like training for the run and for the bike and the swim and just wild.
It's like Iron Man. It's like superhuman feat. It's just incredible to see and to think about. So good luck to all of the athletes and welcome to everyone coming in town for it too, because it brings in a lot of out-of-towners. So it'll be a great event. And the weather, the morning in the 60s. I know some people who are coming in from out of town are going to say that's warm and humid. But it's going to get pretty toasty.
It's going to be, I think,
Not as
especially if
cool.
you're
I
coming
wish
from
it
up
was
north.
cooler like Friday morning for them. 55 for a low Friday morning. That's pretty
I
cool.
wish.
then
Saturday
we're-
morning, 64,
Yeah.
more humid. It is definitely going to be, at least for the swim at the start, but then once you get out there and start running, it's going to heat up quickly. It's going to be sticky. It's going to be humid. And I'm sure they train for it, but if you're like coming in from Canada, I'm sure you're going to be like,
Hopefully you just didn't pick Florida for your Ironman. They have them all over the world.
If you're coming in from Venezuela or something like that, you'll be just fine.
People from yes, exactly. So even people in Miami, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is nice.
This is cool." North Florida, a little bit of a cool down. Futurecast doesn't show any rain, so at least they don't have to worry about that here as we go ahead through the weekend. In fact, the expected rainfall here Thursday, Friday, pretty much nil. Saturday it shows some stuff towards the south here on this particular model. The main reason we're starting to see kind of more precip being picked up on the models towards the south, and especially by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, is because this high pressure ridge is keeping us dry now. It's going to start to push in a little bit of moisture from the south and east. So we'll see a little bit of an onshore flow, and that's also going to increase our humidity here on the First Coast. But I think in general, it's not too bad. Definitely could be worse. We do need the rain still, though. We still have a pretty significant deficit here on the First Coast, and we'll go to a break here because when we come back, I want to talk about that deficit, Lee, how much rain we got while you were on vacation. And how much rain we got, though, from Sunday over towards Wednesday. So pretty incredible amounts. And how much of a dent in our deficit we did hit here.
All right, I'm excited to see it. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
That is the Protector.
This truck is a beast.
It's got all the tools on it. I love how big the tires are.
And this is going to be able to show you the weather around the First Coast like you've never seen it before.
The Protector really is going to help protect the community.
So you can see what it looks like on the ground. And that allows folks to really take action and do something about it.
And it gives us that edge in continuing to be the most accurate weather team.
Sponsored by HananiaAutos.com.
I'm Keitha Nelson. Good morning, Jacksonville anchor and mom of twins, Journey and Trey. I'm on your side, getting you out the door and off to a great start. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News. Weekdays from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
First Coast Living Live.
Bringing you closer to the tastiest food.
The best shopping.
And family fun. Woo!
Jordan Wilkerson and David Benfield. First Coast Living Live. Weekdays at 11 a.m. only on NBC 12.
We have new details about a heavy police presence in Jacksonville Beach.
Driver fired gunshots along the interstate today, prompting a police chase.
Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
The First Coast News weather team is here to deliver your most accurate forecast with weather impact alerts to warn you about severe weather and up-to-the-minute information on First Coast News Plus.
The wave of moisture rolls its way on in here.
Our team is the most equipped and experienced to help you prepare and keep you safe.
The First Coast News weather team is always on your side. Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
My mission is to help you get to where you're going safely. Whether it's helping you beat the backup on 95 or navigating the slowdown on JTB, we've got you covered. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News. Weekdays live from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
We're going to talk about the amount of rainfall we got over the past week and how it kind of put a little bit of a deficit or a dent in our deficit. Check this out, though, Lee. Kingsland, 7.56 inches.
It's incredible.
And this was over the course of Sunday through Wednesday, so it didn't all happen at once. But problem was, for like 3-4 days, we had just this consistent onshore flow that just dropped a lot of rain in that area. St. Mary's, 7.2 inches. Yulee, 5.1. Callahan, 5.2. You might notice the theme here, though, Lee. A lot of those heavy rainfall reports in southeast Georgia, including around Brantley County, They got some pretty decent rainfalls, so helped put a significant dent in the ongoing wildfires out there.
Thank goodness, yeah. So it looks like it favored, more of those northern areas, southeast Georgia, Nassau County. I do know even yesterday past 7 a.m. there was some rain in Atlantic Beach. So, just we'll take all the rain we can get. St. Augustine, 2 inches, that's not bad.
Oh, no.
We'll definitely take that as well. But so good to see it fall in places in southeast Georgia where, and I mean, all across the First Coast where we've been dealing with fires.
Yeah, and I do know that, actually the Brantley fire, the Highway 82 fire is contained now. They stopped putting out updates on that, so good news with that as well. But so I do want to note this, though. This kind of leads us into the start of the rainy season here in Jacksonville and on the First Coast. May, typically 3.4 inches of rainfall we definitely superseded that in just the last few days. But by June, July, August, September, you notice how we get that huge uptick thanks to increased humidity, afternoon storms, pretty much on the daily we'll start to get into here, as well as the potential for tropical systems. So hopefully we start to kind of help out against this deficit here. That's not the right graphic. We do have the rainfall deficit. Hold on. Let me just make sure I have this updated. Here we go. That one is the total amount of rainfall we've seen so far this year in Jacksonville since January 1st. This one is the deficit since last September.
That's wild.
Right?
That's so much. So it's going to take a lot to catch up. Although we just had a lot, we are still going to be behind right now.
Exactly. We need more. And that's why I kind of pointed out the rainy season, because we are getting to that time. But what we do need is kind of a storm with a name, unfortunately. We need, and that was the case with this last one. It wasn't named, but there was a low sitting there. We need a solid, unfortunately, weak tropical depression or something. Just kind of bring us persistent rainfall. This is a drought index. We're kind of debating on, I think the data goes, till Monday?
Yeah, a couple days prior. So we're missing Tuesday's rain, Wednesday's rain, at least, at minimum. Maybe even Monday's. I don't know why I feel like it goes to Monday. It could go to Sunday.
Well, point is we still have the drought. And I think even once we get all this rain that we did get in here, noted, it is going to be... It's still going to be at least severe to extreme for a good portion of our area. Like mentioned, we still are 18 inches on top of the rain we've already received. We are still 18 inches below the average since September here in Jacksonville. So plenty of rainfall, plenty of storms to watch out for here. Yeah. But I do want to switch up the topic a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We're going to go to...
My favorite topic?
Lee's favorite topic here, and you can play along as well here on our social medias, like Brenda just commented on here, said good morning as well. So Brenda, or anybody watching on our social medias or live here on FCN Plus, you can play along too. This game in the world of AI here in 2026. It is so difficult to tell what is real and what is fake sometimes. And actually, a lot of times I have to run some images through an AI detection, which is ironic. I'm using AI to detect AI, but...
Is it trustworthy?
Yes, very.
Yeah, it is.
But other times you just kind of have to see what it is and kind of figure it out. Sometimes it's fairly obvious and sometimes it's not. One of these times here, maybe next week, we're going to switch gears and Lee's going to kind of pick out these photos for me because I always feel bad throwing her into the fire here. But this image right here, Lee...
All right, people, if you're watching, comment your answers too. Going to give you a moment to comment if you think it's real or fake. Do we get some background? Are you going to say, when you saw this pop up on Facebook or wherever you saw it, did it say this was from a certain event?
It is from a tornado outbreak in Mississippi.
Okay. So, put that full screen if you wouldn't mind. I'm going to do what I normally do and get up and go look at it up close.
Lee likes to get right in there, kind of see.
Close. I will tell you off the top, because I did hear about the awful tornadoes in Mississippi while I was gone.
All right.
So I haven't seen any images out of it. But when I first saw it, I wanted to lean towards no, because that path looks so clean, if that makes sense. But they can be clean.
I think you should go with your gut.
You trying to trick me?
I'm not trying to trick you, Lee. I think you should go with your gut on this one.
Okay. Well, then my
And-
gut was immediately, I said no.
All
I said
right.
it was slop.
Well, you are correct. It is.
Woo!
It is
Phew!
AI slop there, Lee.
Thank goodness.
Good job. And the exact answer is exactly what you said right there. It is so clean. The fact that damages to the buildings, but the trees are all just like none of them are de-leafed.
Mhm.
And I know you're looking at it going, it's not clean, but it is. The fine edges like that. Not in today's world.
It's horrific, no matter what. Like, I didn't mean
But-
to, clap at that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
there
no,
was
but it's fake.
horrible
This is a
damage.
fake
But
image.
this is a fake image. Yeah, like you said, there's going to be more trees that are de-leaved. They're going to be kind of leaning. It's just too clean of a path. I can't get my earpiece.
Oh gosh.
Sorry.
All right,
I'll leave it
it's
up.
all right.
I'll let
It's
you-
okay. It's
you'll
okay.
do the earpiece, 'cause I'm
got-
gonna get
got
up
mine
again,
in.
so why am I
So
putting it
this
back in?
one, is it real or is it fake? This is post a hurricane here in Florida.
Hurricane in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me look at these trees. Oh, palm trees.
So Lee's trying to right now just get a good idea. She's kind of getting a closer look at this. What are your thoughts right now, Lee?
Okay, so let me get to the mic. I was first looking for the trees because I wanted to see, one, if leaves had been stripped, if they
Mhm.
were leaning.
Yeah.
They usually weaken in a hurricane.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to tell me which hurricane so I know how strong it was?
No.
Okay. You just want me to fail?
No.
You want
All
me to
right,
fail?
Hurricane Michael.
Okay. I saw the Hurricane Michael damage with my own eyes, which makes me want to say this is slop because the trees I saw, there were no trees. But
Whereabouts did you see Hurricane Michael?
Mexico Beach, Panama City Beach, like ground zero. So this could be a different beach. Maybe if this was on the western side, it's not as strong.
All right, Lee, I'm going to make you feel bad on this one. This is
This
a
is
picture
real?
of Mexico Beach
There's no way there were not that many
after
trees.
Hurricane Michael.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
I believe
I
you.
pulled this one from
Okay.
news archives at the time.
Because there's roofs on those houses, and what I saw,
And there was some areas that were
roofs.
completely leveled as well. I
yeah,
remember that.
you just saw like how they all the houses are up on pillars. You
Yeah.
just saw like some pillars, like because there are no slabs because all the houses are raised up. You just saw some of those pillars left. Okay, I believe you for sure.
And this goes back to the trickiness of it all, like sometimes it's just hard to tell. How about this one? What do you think? We're 1 for 1 right now, fake or real?
To me, I think that could be real, but
That one is
it's slop.
That one's AI slop.
Okay, you're like, I'm not even gonna let you think about it longer.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I
that's
thought
good.
you were going for it. All right.
I
So
just
we're
stop thinking out loud. That's my
we're
bad.
what 1 for 2. I promise I will not move this one ahead until you have your final answer here.
Is this New Orleans?
Yeah, you used to work there, right?
I did. Is that is supposed to be New Orleans?
Yes.
Okay. And this is after Katrina?
Yes.
That image looks a little true.
So Lee, when did you work in New Orleans?
2021 to
2023. 2021 to 2023. So a little bit after Hurricane Katrina. Or that was I left my school in Biloxi about 2 weeks prior to
Wow.
Katrina
You dodged a
impacting
bullet,
there.
man.
Dodged the bullet. And
I think this is real.
This is real.
Okay. Yeah.
2 for 2 today, Lee.
All right.
2 for
50%.
2.
Not passing still.
Yes. And you know what got me about this one is, and the reason why I put this one in here is because it is one of those situations where the disaster was so bad it almost does look fake. But it kind of goes to the point of I get kind of annoyed when I get very annoyed when there are serious disasters, where there are serious people being impacted by it, and there are images of just catastrophe, and people still decide they want to share AI slop.
That's so true. Yeah, like it's the worst case scenario already as it is.
I mean, like the Mississippi tornado image that somebody shared, like tornado in Mississippi. So, and I know our control room, I know you're talking to me, but you guys, you have to turn up your audio because I'm not sure how much time we have here. I can't really hear you. Yeah, so it kind of goes back to that point, like the tornado in Mississippi. There was plenty of images of some serious damage out there and some serious impacts with it. So, yeah, let's take a quick look at the tropics real quick. And I want to point this out. Talking tropics.
Man, we're getting close.
We're getting
our
close.
Season,
and on Tuesdays, we're going to start doing the Talking Tropic Tuesdays.
Yeah, we get our...
And our director just gave it, said we have a couple hours left. I was like, oh, hold on a second. Couple minutes left. Yes, I can hear you now.
Weather Impact Live all day.
All day. So anyways, 15 days until it's June 1st. But you know what starts tomorrow, Lee?
The NHC, not advisors, what do you call them?
Yeah.
Is that what it's
Outlooks,
called?
discussions.
Outlooks, thank you. Yes, where they say no tropical activity expected within the next 7 days.
Exactly. So starting tomorrow, you will see, you might, if you have like NHC push alerts or something like that, don't be spooked here on the 15th, tomorrow at 0Z. So it'll be tomorrow, might be tonight. Nah, they're probably going to start at 6Z. So it'll be tomorrow, probably like 3 a.m. or 8 a.m., one of those, where they will put out their discussion saying more than likely there's nothing out there right now. But one thing, and I know you did a story on it, with the NHC, the new products this year, the one thing you might notice, and we might even see it with this little this little low off the coast in Canada, is they will start putting a gray X on tropical waves that they deem not relevant.
Cool.
So even if there is like now it's always, they only put X's on areas that they, up until now, they only put X's on areas like a yellow one if it has a slight chance of development. But now they will be putting on ones of cloud covers where you're kind of looking at it and you're going,
you're
oh,
like,
that's
are they
interesting.
watching it? You know, it's just a nice way for them to be like, yes, we've seen it and we don't think you need to be concerned.
Exactly. So, yeah, some good new products. It is May, though. Storm formations are still possible, kind of like what we just seen with this last one. You know, it was it didn't form up, but sometimes you can get like subtropical areas in May that often form along these fronts. Strongest winds often remain away from the center, so they're not the full-on organized tropical areas that we typically see this time of year. But, you know, it's still something we want to kind of watch out for.
It's, usually these May tropical systems aren't super destructive, super strong. So they have the shrimp-like appearance, but it's not unheard of. In fact, a couple of years ago, I think we got like 6 years in a row with a May storm.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not, if it was to happen, it wouldn't be like, this is the end of the world, the season's going to be so bad. It happens. And that is why the National Hurricane Center starts putting out their outlooks starting tomorrow. They do it in the middle of May now because we kept getting these storms forming before the official start of hurricane season, June 1st, where they always started on June 1st too. They were like, you know what? Because of these first name storms happening in May, or earlier sometimes, but because a lot of them happen at the end of May, we're going to start issuing in the middle of May.
Yeah, so doesn't mean that we have one forming up right now, but
nope.
Just something to keep in mind. Also, next Thursday, the NHC is even going to be putting out their hurricane season outlook.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be looking forward to that. CSU already put out their numbers saying it was going to be an average to just below average season, so I'm curious what the NHC will be saying as well here. But the first named storm could be Arthur, if we do get one developing.
Arthur. Oh, Cristobal is back.
Cristobal.
Cristobal.
Am I saying it wrong?
When they came around 6 years ago, there was a viewer who was so mean to me, who said I said it so wrong and yelled at me every time. And I think they said because I wasn't trilling the R enough, like Cristobal.
The one that's going to get me, is that Edward or Edward? The E.
Oh.
There are too many vowels. Like, that would be a terrible Wheel of Fortune name right there.
NHC.
You have to buy all the vowels in that one. There's just too many. Edward? Edward.
Give me 1 second.
Edward.
Let's see. They say you pronounce it.
Isaias is back.
Oh,
What?
Isaias was tough too. Edward. Yeah, they say you pronounce it Edward.
Edward. Okay.
So it's for Cristobal. However, they say Cristobal. That's how they break it down. Cristobal, Edward, and Isaias.
Isaias. That one I remember from just 6 years ago. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All the names just came back around.
They did. They're
Funny
back.
how that happens.
They're back. I'm trying to remember which one would have been 2016. Was that Michael's year?
Isaias hit
That might have been
here on
Michael
the
that
first
was
coast.
retired.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to remember what got retired that year.
Marco then replaced it.
If that was the correct year.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we're running out of time. With that said, we had plenty to talk about here today with, of course, the deficit and the rainfall, much needed. Congrats on getting 2 for 2 on the AI slop. Hey, it could be worse. You could be 0 for 4.
That lightning one, I should have known. I don't know. That was tricky. That lightning one. Was
I got you on that one though.
Got me.
You were like, looks real.
And
I'm
I
like,
was
yep.
The Mexico Beach one. I mean, I'm glad almost that that's what it was like for some parts of Mexico Beach because I saw something totally different. So I'll take it. That's a good positive thing to be wrong on that. So
Maybe next week I'll well if you don't take it over, I'll try to make them a little bit easier here for you. Some
I'm gonna take it over. We're
ridiculous
gonna make
ones.
it real hard. We'll try.
All right. Well, I hope you had fun following along here on Weather Impact Live, aka Weather Watchers Worldwide. Lee, happy to have you back.
Thanks. I'm happy to be back.
All right. Well, have a great day, friends. We'll be 4:30 p.m. Weather Impact live streaming again, as well as 5, 6, 7, and 11.